You're looking at one of the coolest weapon blueprints in Call of Duty history. It's called the Entity, and it can only be unlocked in Modern Warfare Zombies by completing the brand new Easter egg, which not only includes the Act 4 mission, Ascension, but also a completely secret quest that you will be given no guidance for in-game, and that's why you're here in this video. So let's cover everything you need to know on how to not only unlock this blueprint, but all the new schematics for Modern Warfare Zombies. First things first, activate the Act 4 mission, Ascension, and for every step in this entire guide, you're going to want to have everything upgraded. That's all perks, max pack-a-punch, and tool upgrades on your weapons, golden armor plates, mags of holding, and any extra equipment to help you out. And all the locations for relics, arrows, and anything quest related all have static spawns, and you will not find them anywhere else. When starting the Ascension mission, head to the Tier 3 zone and enter the portal that spawns in this courtyard. You're going to teleport to a loading screen and load up a brand new map. You're going to be in the Dark Aether, and you're going to spawn on a floating island. You're going to see lots of cool things, but you're going to notice a yellow beacon shining in the sky. Head towards it, and where this beacon is, you're going to find an obelisk. Around this obelisk, you're going to collect 4 relics from previous season Easter eggs. These relics are glowing a white-blue color and make an audible noise so you know where to find them. Once you collect all 4 and activate the obelisk, there's going to be a soul box where once you kill enough zombies, Dr. Jensen will destroy it. There is one more you must complete, and if you don't have a Scorcher wonder weapon, you must use jump pads to navigate the floating islands and reach the next glowing beacon. If these jump pads ever have red crystals, you must destroy them before you can use the jump pads to hop from island to island. At the second obelisk, after you grab all 4 relics, repeat exactly what you did at the first. This time, the Entity will sabotage you, and about halfway through you have to recollect all the relics to continue. Once again, the relics are glowing white and blue and have an audible noise, and when they're spread out after the Entity attacks you, they even have markers showing where each one is. After you complete the soul box, Dr. Jensen will destroy the second obelisk. Now, you'll notice a few trains and buses flying around the tallest tower in the Dark Aether. You're going to want to use these if you don't have the Scorcher that you can use to fly up to the top of the roof, ride the floating train onto the island, which will let you jump onto either the trucks or buses that you can ride to the top of the tower. At this tower, there's going to be a portal you enter, and now you're going to have to use the jump pads or the Scorcher to reach the top of the map. If you're using the jump pads, there are going to be some obstacles that may block you and will cause you to fall where you will have to reset. So treat this like an obstacle or parkour course. Once you go through the course of jump pads and floating islands, you'll finally reach a portal which will teleport you to the ship. On this ship, you'll meet up with the rest of your squad, and you'll be able to enter your first boss fight. This boss fight arena is composed of a few more floating islands that you can either use the jump pads or Scorchers to teleport from island to island. If you end up falling off an island, which I'm such a good gamer so I haven't managed to do that yet, you will teleport back up in the sky so you can just glide down and parachute onto another island of your choice. In this boss fight arena, meet up with Dr. Jensen where she will have the last 4 relics and the new boss, the Entity, will spawn. Stage 1 of this boss fight just shows you how the Entity attacks. There will also be a few weak points on the Entity that look like stars. Bullet weapons, especially including the FR Advancer and FJX Horus, work extremely great on damaging this boss, while the crossbow and RGL are great for killing zombies and special zombie types like the Mimics, Manglers, and Disciples. They don't work very well against the Entity since they don't have the projectile range to reach her furthest weak points. So if you do have the RGL because you're helping your team kill zombies, it's also a smart thing to bring in a bullet weapon as well, especially for these boss fights. When you destroy these weak points on the Entity, it's going to damage her and you'll notice it on her health bar at the top of your screen. Eventually, after you deplete the Entity's health, she will die. And watch out for this crazy plot twist. No one's going to see this one coming. She comes back for a second time, and this is stage 2 of the boss fight. This time, in order to damage the Entity, you must kill enough zombies wherever Dr. Jensen is on whatever island she spawns on, so that she can attack the Entity, revealing her weak points that you can then damage. Once you do this enough, and you weaken the Entity and take away all her health, you will finally beat this boss fight. Once you beat the Entity, you will be rewarded with a reward rift. That's quite the tongue twister, but there is something very important in this reward rift, a Dr. Peak rabbit that you'll need for future steps of this quest. Now we're going back to Urzikstan to collect the other 3 relics and upgrade them. Unfortunately for new zombies players, these other 3 relics can only be found and unlocked by using previous schematics from other seasons' Easter eggs. Starting with the Echo of Drum, this is collected with the Aether Bike. In Tier 3 in the canals, there's going to be a Dr. Peak doll on top of this sewer. Whenever you drive over it with the Aether Bike, a time trial begins where you must follow the arrows in order from start to finish. You will be notified this time trial is activated when you hear a laugh happen after you drive over the doll, and then you'll follow the exact same path that I take. Once you reach the very end, there's going to be a destroyed car. Once you drive past that destroyed car, there's going to be a reward rift that spawns, and you're going to be able to pick up the Echo of Drum. You'll notice that this item is purple, which means we have to upgrade it. This is upgraded outside of the Opera House in Tier 2. On top of this monument, there will be a 115 rock that makes the exact same noise that you would hear in previous Zombies games to activate a music Easter egg. You'll have to offer the drum relic to the rock. This will remove anyone who has the drum in their inventory from your team. 4 pillars around the monument will have elemental effects, and zombies will have the exact same effects around them. On each of these pillars, there's going to be an elemental type that you can equip to your gun, and you have to use that matching ammo type as the zombie that you are trying to kill because nothing else will damage them. Once all the elemental zombies have been killed with their respective ammo types, the Echo of Drum relic will now be gold and you can pick it up from a new reward rift. For the Echo of Locked Diary, you are required to use Aether Blades and kill elite zombies. The original theory, which was yesterday, was to kill 3 mimics with the fatal damage coming from the Aether Blade. However, just by accident while doing some other Easter egg steps, I killed a Mangler, and this was the only boss zombie I killed with the Aether Blade, and I received this relic. So the safe thing to do is use the Aether Blade and kill as many elite zombies until the reward rift spawns. To upgrade the diary, you have to locate the eagle statue in the northwest of the map. You'll hear and find the next 115 rock by climbing up on the ledge where its feet are. By activating this rock, you will spawn a few PhD cans and a portal. Make sure you drink a PhD can before entering this portal because you'll be teleported to the top of the cooling tower in Popov Power. What you'll have to do is dolphin dive from the top of the tower onto this blue crate with the eagle emblem painted on top of it. Don't worry, if you end up missing like I did my first few tries, there's going to be another portal at the bottom of the cooling tower where you can teleport yourself all the way back up so you can try multiple times. Eventually, when you PhD flop onto this crate, you will get that upgraded Echo of Locked Diary. And finally, the last relic we have to find and upgrade is the Echo of Giraffe. This can be found by equipping the beret and executing any mercenary on the map. The beret does have a very short time limit, and the second you kill a mercenary, your beret falls off and all the mercenaries know who you are. So get close to a mercenary camp or wherever mercenaries are, whether that's an objective or a convoy, and equip the beret, execute any of the mercenaries, and the reward rift will spawn with the purple Echo of Giraffe. The 115 rock to upgrade the Giraffe is found in the Tier 3 zone in the back of this white van. Don't get touched by any Minecraft YouTubers, and sacrifice and offer your relic to the rock. There's going to be 3 boss zombies that spawn in, a Mega Abomination, a Mimic, and a Disciple that can spawn extra bosses. Once you kill all 3 of them and collect your final golden relic, in the middle of the courtyard where you originally entered the portal for the Ascension mission, there is going to be 4 pedestals. You must place all 4 golden relics in their correct place, and this will spawn a large Aether Rift portal. But before you enter, you will have to fight one more Mega Abomination. This will reward you with a sigil to enter the portal. Before we teleport and go in, here's some important information that you must know. It's extremely smart to enter this portal with an inhibitor from any spore contractor on the map. You don't even have to complete it, you just have to start it, collect the inhibitors from wherever they spawn, and just keep them in your inventory. Also, if you have any Elder Sigils saved up, you're able to enter the version of this upcoming boss fight where you will earn the entity blueprint. Let's push the brakes a little. If you go in a normal sigil, you're able to complete the same boss fight and same Easter egg steps to unlock the boss fight, However, you have more time to do so, and it won't be as difficult, so you can familiarize yourself with it. So when you go and use the Elder Sigil and do this boss fight, you know what to expect, you're extremely prepared and less likely to fail, so you can actually earn the new blueprint and all of the new schematics. Once you enter the Dark Aether and use your sigils, if you're in a normal sigil, you'll have 3 yellow beacons in the sky that will lead you to Dr. Peak dolls to complete contracts. We are going to ignore these in both the standard and Elder Sigil, as these have no aspect at all with the boss fight and unlocking the blueprint. However, these will come up later after the boss fight's over. The moment you enter the Dark Aether, make your way to the bottom of the skyscrapers where you're going to find a single spore, and this is where the inhibitor is going to come in handy. You're going to throw it down, expose, and destroy this spore. Inside, you're going to collect only one rad detector. Using this rad detector, you're going to see arrows on the wall. You must view all of these arrows and follow the exact path it takes you to get your first secret item, which is going to be a golden skull. You're going to use the rad detector, look at every arrow, and follow exactly where it shows you to go. Eventually, you're going to cross the street and make your way to this maze-like object. You're going to navigate through and over it. And while this is happening, lots of zombies are spawning, so having the help of your teammates escort you is going to be a huge deal. You also have to scan every arrow with the rad detector and follow exactly where it shows you to go in order to trigger this item to spawn. Eventually, when you make your way through the maze, around and through and follow all the arrows, under the final arch where this wall is, you'll have the golden skull spawn. Collect this and take it to the bottom of the lower tower where you will find a golden whale statue. Climbing the stairs all the way to the top balcony and jumping onto this statue will allow you to collect the next item after trading the golden skull right above the head of the whale, where in return, you will receive a IT thumb drive. You will also notice a screen behind the whale that has now been turned on with an error message. Take this thumb drive to the coordinates C3 on the map, where on the second floor, you will find a computer with the same error message that was above the whale. You're going to insert the USB into this computer, and once you interact, a mangler will spawn named the key holder. After you fight and kill this mangler, you're going to collect your last part that you need to reach the boss fight. It is going to be a single one-use key called the Tower Maintenance Key. Finally, at the roof of the tallest building, you can now unlock the maintenance room and enter the portal as a team to enter the boss fight, which is the exact same as the Ascension story mission. If you're in a normal sigil, you have 30 minutes to unlock the boss fight and another 15 to defeat the entity's echo, whereas the Elder Sigil only gives you 15 minutes to reach the boss fight and another 15 minutes to defeat entity's echo. This boss fight is the exact same as the story mission, except this time there is no Dr. Jensen aspect. You just go to the main island to spawn the entity's echo. What makes this boss fight more difficult is when the weak points spawn. If you don't destroy all of them before the entity's echo uses her charged attack, not only will she take no damage, but all the weak points will respawn, requiring you to be as upgraded as possible, mentioned at the beginning of this video, and your team to be as coordinated throughout the entire fight as possible. At the very end of the boss battle, if you are successful in killing the entity's echo, you will unlock a few upgrade items and an Elder Sigil. But if you complete this boss fight while in the Elder Sigil version, you will not only unlock the entity blueprint for the STG, but have a chance at collecting a new schematic, which is the Disciple Bottle, the Bandolier Grenades, and the Stash Increase. If you are interested in collecting these schematics to craft them whenever you want in zombies, and you're not just here for the blueprint, the Elder Sigil boss fight isn't the only way to unlock them. You can also complete any of the 3 contracts that spawn in the Dark Aether, being the Escort, Spore Control, and Outlast. If you want to get some good practice, once again, just go in with the standard sigil. You're not going to earn these schematics, but it gives you a good idea how to complete these contracts in the Dark Aether that may be a little bit more difficult from what you're used to in Urzikstan. Anytime you complete these contracts, you have a chance at unlocking the schematics as long as you're in an Elder Sigil situation. Completing all 3 contracts and reaching the boss fight within 15 minutes in Elder Sigil is possible if you're extremely coordinated and fast and maybe have more than 3 players in your team. That way, not only can you complete all 3 contracts with a chance for the blueprint schematics, but you would also be able to make it to the boss fight and gain an extra 15 minutes to kill the entity's echo.